Hello everybody, welcome to Instantgo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody today? I hope you guys are all chilling and having a very good start to your day. I was inspired to do one of my older topics that I used to have so much fun with, and it is, what impression do you make on other people? Like, we do know that we all carry energies, and when we walk into a room and we have a discussion, lots of things take place before that even happens. People kind of get this read on us. They get a kind of sense of our vibration and energy, and we make an impression, good, bad, or indifferent. There is something that lasts and echoes, something that's ethereal. We make them feel a certain way. They have a reaction, our energy to theirs. So what impression do you make, and what kind of vibe do you give off? So we're going to have a fun 3-card pick a card read today, and we have the aces all up here. We have the ace of water, the ace of earth, and the ace of air. And quick announcement, you guys, I do have a few more supercharged crystals. As you know, just over a week ago, I went to Stonehenge and I did an event, and I brought a bunch of crystals with me. I brought some rose quartz hearts. I did 2 loads, and I did these blessings. And if you go over to Instagram, you'll see a video. And I had my pendulum, and I did this blessing, and I had them supercharged. I laid them all over the ground with Stonehenge in the background. And I had some hearts, and then I had a lot of these beautiful clear crystal quartz, because I feel like they're very simple and elegant, and I just love working with clear crystal quartz too, as well as rose quartz. So there's still some in my Etsy shop, and I'm going to put the gold zodiac coins, because you guys were all saying, you know, how much you like them and how interesting they are. This is Sagittarius. I have almost all the zodiacs, and I'll place them in there as well. So go check that out. My link is down below. It's Sparkrist11, and I have a lot of handcrafted designs and rings and all kinds of fun things. And pretty soon I'm going to have some fun merch with my crazy sayings, and who knows. But let's find out what is going on, because sometimes we are unaware of that kind of residual energy that we leave behind, and most of the time it is beneficial. But let's see sort of what kind of gets crackling when you exit. So I'm going to let you make your choice. Take a little break, and I'm going to have a sip of water. Again, we have ace of water, ace of earth, and ace of air, and that's usually cups, pentacles, or swords as well, if you want to look at it in that perspective. I'm really excited. I remember I used to love doing these, and then I was like, what's a topic that used to be so fun? And I like these cards. They have really good energy. So let's see what's going on with group 1 we're going to begin with. And I'm going to pull this. This is also sort of like a personality trait that you may exude as well. We'll pull 2 of these. It's funny, because sometimes, I remember when I was younger, people were like, oh my God, I thought you were so like this and that when I first met you. And they're like, and you're quite different. You're quite either, you know, comical, and you don't take yourself so seriously. It depends like what endeavor we're doing too, right? In the business place, we're not going to come in all berserkoid and goofing around. So it does depend on our environment as well. So let's see some of the impressions you make. Fatherly, and victim. So let's start with father. Talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So you're seen as somebody who has their act together, quite frankly, that, you know, you do have a talent for creating and supporting other people and life. People feel safe around you. That's something that you exude, this kind of, you enjoy life and good health to the fullest. You're careful of those around you. You have strong personal power, and probably quite a few of you, they see you as someone who has financial success and has your act together, because you listen carefully to everybody, but you really listen for information and details. You know, you have an amazing logic about you, and people notice that. Now, this victim prevents you from letting yourself. Okay, yeah, okay, I get it. In this thing, this is adverse to that. You don't come across as a victim. You let it be known that you are not going to be a victim or be victimized or put in a position where you feel unsafe or otherwise. Like, you have very firm boundaries. And that's important, because, you know, you have to be fair to yourself and to others so they don't feel victimized. And that, I usually categorize that in somebody who will take advantage of somebody else. But you see that, and people know that about you, and they're not going to mess around in that regard. Again, because It's like you use a lot of logic. You see all those little details. You see what's going on. And, you know, you have courage and you're passionate and you have a playful side, and that all comes through, and people are like, hey, boy, I like this. Okay, so let's see what's going on with 4 challenges. Beautiful starlight. Yay. Wow. So with these all together, you know, you're somebody who has optimism, a positive outlook. You're a lot, you know, you often see and highlight the good in others, so they feel happy and encouraged when you're around. You speak well of others, you speak well of yourself, and you just make for very nice conditions wherever you are. And you also allow other people to shine and look good in others. You know, there's some people there that they're so afraid that if other people shine, they're going to dim their light, so they try to snuff it out. You don't play that game at all. You want other people to ride along on any wave of victory, that you use positive reinforcement for them, that you also can study and see the nature behind people. You can see a facade really good, and they know that. But I feel like you have an affectionate and nurturing nature, and that makes your loved ones feel calm and cared for. Again, that father position that's in there. And it's just one of those things where you're very well balanced. You know, your kind, compassionate energy finds you welcomed anywhere, and you leave that kind of calm, quiet energy behind you where people feel very trusting and safe around you, that type of thing. Like, they feel like they can divulge a secret because you're very balanced. You're not one of those people like, oh, wait till I spill the tea and go run and tell everybody. A really trustworthy element to you, which is really nice. Let's pull one more card for you too. Don Juan. So you are seen as kind of like a sexual dynamo too, like very seductive. Something about you is like, it captures people's attention. You're very alluring, and you have that sort of thing, that personal charisma and charm that people really notice you, whether it's your physical, the way you walk, the way you move, your stature, your voice, your stature, your walk, whatever it is the combination of your essence that is highly alluring. So you leave this kind of residue of, who is that girl or guy? You know what I mean? Very beautiful, group one. Yeah, and you don't try to hide it. You're like, you know, if I got it, I'm gonna get that swag going. Hello, everybody. How are you? That's like, I used to remember if I hadn't seen people in a while, it was like, there's no way I'm coming in that room all haggard. It's like we all have that little thing about us where we want to be attractive, where, you know, we want to look good and we want to be sweet. So let's see for, yeah, I really love that, group one. That's really cool. I just feel like, yeah, like people are like, they assume things about you, like you'd be a phenomenal dancer, an exquisite lover, something about the way you move. So people do fantasize about you, and that's not bad. That's pretty nice. Woo, it's just smoky. So I'm loving that energy for your group one. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below if you want a private read, if you want to go to my Etsy store and get some of your supercharged crystals or any of the jewelry stuff. I'm going to be posting some new stuff. Oh my gosh, you guys, I went to the bead store and I found the most fantastic, like, octagonal carved tiger eye that just captured the light so beautifully, and I mixed it with gold. I'm going to have some really cool pieces I'm putting together right now. A lot of rubies, pearls, and emeralds, and I'm working with some rough sapphires too that look amazing. I love rough sapphires so much. So check all that out. Beautiful energy. So now we're on to number 2, which is the earth. Let's see what's going on, and so we'll see what some of your attributes are. I'm the best shuffler ever. So let's start over from the right. Oh, lovely. I want to make sure this is focused, because sometimes I look at the video after and some looks fuzzy. It goes on autofocus to the thing in the center, I'm noticing. So mystic, you know, revels in intimate union with the divine. People see you as somebody who's mystical and magical, and they know that you have an intuitive gift. It's one of those things where it's kind of like, ooh, you know, like you are very well regarded, but there's also this kind of mystical, magical nature about you where people know that you have insights and answers that they can't tap into as easily, and they respect that gift. So, you know, you're revered, and people are like, they get that about you, that people carry that. It's a kind of quiet cloak, but it's ethereal and it's kind of majestic, and it's quite interesting. People that carry that capacity, and they have that inner magic and knowing and insightful intuitiveness, you know, any of that kind of witchy vibe, people are like, ooh, they get it. It is an extra sense. It's extra sensory perception, and it's wonderful. You also have the Queen card. So if you're a male, also take this as king. You radiate the regal. You know, you use your authority benevolently. You are very kind, and to protect others. You don't, you know, you're not doing it for the glory of self. You really are very highly persuasive, probably more than you even know. Like, people benefit from your opinion and ideas because you think outside of the box. And again, with this mystic, beautiful, intuitive stuff, you have probably a beautiful classic style. You're probably a romantic. You're very easy to fall in love with. People find you highly appealing, and you think deeply about what is going on around you. Hence this mystic sort of aura where you know some of the deeper secrets. You have a high emotional intelligence. You know, you're kind and compassionate, and you're listening carefully to people as well. You're probably very physically attractive too, with these mix right here. You know, it's like you have a lot of great assets, and people are like, just everything, your voice, your demeanor, your humor, your intellect, all of that kind of elevates you. Or people where, might seem a little standoffish because they're just trying to gather in all this beauty and magic around you. Child nature as well, friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits. You know, you have that fairy-like sprite attitude, very lightness of soul and being, and you probably have lots of cats or dogs, or you love them, and you love horses and birds, and you have an affinity with animals. They have a very kind of special, unique quality. I can't even imagine what my life would be like without animals and my crazy cats. And I've had everything from French lap rabbits to ferrets to horses to everything. And you know, they are oftentimes they are our soul counterparts. They are relaxing. They are tuned into our energy. So people, when they see you for the first time or even knowing you, they know that you're this warm spirit that works for the collective, and that you do commune with all these wonderful entities. Again, combined with your mystic nature, it's to be expected. You know, that goes hand in hand, this beautiful light spirit. I also feel like your appearance is quite amazing, that you know what looks good on you. You're charming, and you are concerned a little bit with the reaction of others, and you like to find a balance in life. You know, you don't like to go in hard or be overbearing or anything. You know, you have a very graceful attribute about just watching and kind of feeling the temperature of the room and what's going on, and then, you know, really wanting to connect with people. I feel like you like authentic, deep, rich interactions, and you're so over the superficial that you just kind of like float about in your beautiful child heart nature, and you're this yearning for real connections, and people get that about you, and they look forward to seeing you, and they find you, you know, fascinating as well. So that's you, group 2, beautiful energy. And I feel like a lot of people that watch these type of esoteric learnings, teachings, and facets all have that mystic ability that they can tap into. It's just any form, it's like any other form of practice. When you practice and you tap into it, you expand and you learn more as well. And I feel like you're getting the bigger answers more and more, and, you know, profound spiritual teachings right now, which is really good, because then the little things don't touch you or bother you. What used to bother me decades ago, people's opinions, people's ideas, it's like it doesn't even touch me at all now, because I realize, you know, nobody is living anybody else's life. And when we live our lives with love and good intention, we shouldn't be concerned about what anybody else thinks, because usually the first people to criticize or critique have emptiness in their lives. That's why they're so busy intruding in yours. So c'est la vie and adios. You know, it's like you just do you, and you're doing it beautifully, group 2. So wonderful. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read, or you want to go to my Etsy store, if you want to come visit me on Instagram as well, I'm going to hold contests so you can win some stuff, some coins and goodies and reads. I'm always doing contests over there at Sparkwist11, and I love to communicate with people over there. I feel like it's really helpful, and you know, little things pop up, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I would love to just have a chat or find out about this. So let's see what kind of energy. All right. Ooh, the rebel energy, fun stuff. So again, you like to challenge authority and you like to affect social change. You reject spiritual systems that don't serve your inner needs. You know, like you have to be a Catholic because of this organized religion and trying to, you don't believe in dogma and all of that. You do believe in the spiritual aspects of things, but there's no need for anybody to come knocking on your door and try to convince you should be a Jehovah's Witness or whatever, because you know who you are, what you like. And I feel like you probably take a lot of the elements from different religions that work in terms of Buddhism and karma and just all the things that lift you to the light and are expansive and great for you and the collective in your heart, as opposed to you're going to hell and you better get your flame retardant pajamas on because you're going straight to hell ASAP. You know, I'm also not a fan of any of those. You can buy redemption, or if you do anything wrong, then, you know, you're on a one-way ticket. All of those things that are about crime and punishment are not in my wheelhouse either. And I definitely feel that people know you're going to speak up about that too. You're not going to sit there and be like, oh, the Bible says. No. You know what is true and what rings true to you, and you hold that dear. You also have this beautiful femme fatale, or if you're a male too, that kind of like savoir-faire. You highlight this beautiful erotic energy of the feminine or the masculine. It opens your heart when dependency is rejected. Like that thing where you are fine on your own. You need nobody. Like you have this real innate strength about you that captures attention. You know, it's like sort of like in the professional, and just those things where it's like you're just not bothered. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. You definitely give off that vibe that you are a self-contained unit, that, you know, you're attractive, you've got this together, you're ready for grand adventures, whether somebody wants to come. That is just part of who you are. People feel like they want to know more about you because you have this kind of mystique about you. You're content and balanced in who you are, so you're never trying to fit in or gentrify or any of that. You're passionate and you have a mature energy, and it draws people to you. You know, people are very curious about you. You know who you are and what you want. So popularity, money, and power can all be yours whenever you want them. It's like that type of thing. You know that, but you're like, I don't have to prove anything to anybody. Oh, poet expresses soul insights in symbolic language. You have a flourish in a way of words. You have a way to conceptualize certain things. It's very brilliant and open-minded and majestic and fun and whimsical. And people are very intrigued with what you have to say in your descriptive way. I feel like, you know, you're not just going to say it's a flower. You're going to say, you know, it's a blossoming tulip that had, you're going to get into all the little specifics. Like you have a very poetic heart. You're also probably quite romantic at heart. And people they sense that energy. And romance is such a nice, beautiful, dreamy state to be in. So people look forward to seeing you and being around you because you have this wonderful mix of all of this. And a lot of people have a little envy of it too, because you're inspirational to them. You have sympathy and empathy and all of that, but you have power and you're committed to making the world a better place. You have strong faith, yet a calming effect on your friends. You know, pressure also stimulates you, and you like setting goals for yourself. You're going to do it, and you know you're going to be fine in all those aspects too. Fearlessness, great understanding what it is to stand in your own power and say no. Like you're a big component of no thanks. I value my time, and I don't really need that. I'm not up for that game right now. Thank you very much. Like you can really see what people are about. You understand. You know, I also feel like you're an optimistic problem solver. Like you don't make problems bigger than they are. You're like, listen, let's condense this baby. Let's take a look at it. And you're able to counteract all that negativity that comes with people that think they have to solve problems and they make it molehills into a mountains. You do the opposite with that. You know, you're driven by your conscious too. So you're level-headed decision maker. So people come to you for that because you're a helpmeet when it comes to that as well. So you leave a very dynamic impression on people, and you know, you walk in and people take notice. It's like, you know, who's that guy or who's that girl? And it's that wonderful surprise package with everything, you know, beautiful energy. And yeah, I love that for you. Great energy, group 3. So that is some of the impressions you make on people. So I'd be proud of that. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read, or you want to go to my Etsy store, come see me on Insta. I've got all kinds of posts and memes, and I do everything daily, and I'm going to be running contests this week to say thank you with some gear and loot. I have a lot of stash from Stonehenge, and I definitely want to give back and do some surprises. I've been doing them so close together. Like, I was really psyched about this too. As you can tell, I'm a crazy coin collector. When I saw the Stonehenge coin, I was like freaking out. I don't know how good stuff is at zooming in. I think if I touch it, it then zooms in. But I got like that and hats and a whole bunch of really fun gear, and you know, I love to give back to you guys. The follows over there are hilarious. We're like a fun sister and brotherhood, and we share all our crazy stories, and it's a really nice time. So to all of you, thank you so much for watching my channel and supporting me and my Patreons, and all of you guys, you know, the ordering your private reads and the great feedback, and the pictures of you wearing your crystals from Stonehenge is so great. I really appreciate that. I'm going to do a fun thing where I make a collage and just show stuff, because it was really cute. It's really heartwarming. So thanks again, you guys. So love and light. I'm going to go upload.